Hello. I guess good afternoon. If you're watching this video in the evening, so good evening. If you're watching it in the morning, so good morning. And it's Sunday, November 23rd, and we are rushing towards December. But this week is gonna be. This is the last week of November. Next week is gonna be the last week of November, with Thanksgiving coming up. So this past week, I made chara bread, also pronounced as chara bread, and it didn't turn out great. I wasn't not excited about it, but I'm not giving up. So I'm gonna keep trying until it works out. But I took my friend's house. I took my friends to the party with my friends. They enjoyed it. They say it was great. But when I told them that this is not what I wanted, they really told me like, no, this is really good. Like it tastes fantastic. Now, I feel like when you're a guy and you cook food, people love it because they not expect, like society does not expect men to be good chef. But we actually good chefs. We don't care. I don't cook as much, but if I have to cook, it'll be great. So I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep trying. So last time when I cooked, I had extra dough because the dough is really hard. So I couldn't like roll it because I'm not that strong. I'm strong, but I don't have time to roll the dough. It's supposed to be soft, but I think it was really hard, so I couldn't roll it. So I had extra. I had 12 of this, and then I decided to sort of keep these 5 in the fridge. So today I was thinking like, I cannot roll them, they're really hard. What can I do with them? So the idea was I'm gonna throw them in the oven and just cook them, bake them and then eat them today. So I'm just gonna eat them the way they are. If there was a woman, I think women are more creative. They could have made a cookie out of it. They could have done something greater. But for me, I really don't care. Okay, all I care about is just something to eat. So I warmed down the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Just gonna throw this in there and cook it for 40 minutes. Actually, like maybe 45 minutes. All right, 45 minutes. Let me set my alarm for 45 minutos. I am uploading another video here. Forgive, my bed is not well done. I need to make my bed perfect. 45 minutes, 45 minutos. Let me see. 45, perfect. So at 2 is 1 o'clock and 50 minutes. So at 2, I'm gonna be able to check on that bread. So for now, I'm gonna still make a challah bread. So I'm gonna mix. So I think what happened last time was that I may have killed the yeast, because when the water is too hot, the yeast is gonna die. So I'm gonna use the temperature here, and the temperature is going to be 110 degrees. So my house is a little bit warmer. So the temperature is around 60, it's around 60, around 70, yeah, like 68 something, right? That's because that's the normal temperature right now in my room. I don't have AC this room, so I cannot measure how hot or cold it is, but this is like normal temperature right now. So I'm gonna warm up water, and then I'm gonna mix the yeast first. But I'm gonna make something smaller. The last time I made something bigger. Now it's going to be very, very small. It's like very tiny bread, not too big. So I'm gonna measure 1 cup. Okay, so maybe 1 cup of water, warm water. But I'm gonna first turn on the water to see how hot it gets. This is getting warm and warm and warm. So I'm gonna measure the temperature to see. So it's going up. Supposed to be around 10. Just getting hot. This is why it's confusing, right? Because you never know This is too hot, this is too cold. That it should be like very warm, not too warm. So 110 degrees should be enough. This is 80 degrees, so I think this is good. Okay. Oh, this is too cold. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce this one a little and see. Yeah, too cold again. Too cold. I don't know what to do right now at this point. Okay, so this is extremely cold. Alright, so this is warmer. So let me see one more time. Yeah. I just have to adjust the temperature of this feels like warm. Feels good. It's supposed to be like at least, yeah, at least 60 degrees, at least 110 degrees should be good. Yeah, I cannot use my hands to test how warm or cold it gets. I think this is good. Alright. I'm gonna be using six cups of flour. So instead of 1 cup, I'm gonna use a half of the cup. So half of the cup is enough. Alright. That's it. And again, I need to make sure that I don't kill the yeast, because last time it was very sad when I saw that. I think the yeast was dead. This is 80 degrees. I'm gonna make sure that I think 80 degrees is good. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's good. I really cannot. Yeah, that's warm enough. Anyway, so let me grab my yeast here, and I'm gonna use the whole. I should use the whole yeast, because the more yeast you add, the better, right? I also feel like the yeast was not enough, even though it recommends to use the half of it. I feel like the whole yeast was not enough, considering that the bread was a little bit too much. Then I'm supposed to add like alright, so I need to follow instructions. Anyways, so as I read the instructions, I want to comment on the Donald Trump and his friends. So recently Trump was joined by Mamdani, a guy who won the election in the New York City as a mayor. These two of them were kind of enemies, hating each other. They are both from New York City, of course. but Mandani came to the office and they seemed to have a good time. So I don't think I used enough yeast. Should have been yeah, should have been like more than one yeast. Okay, this yeast in warm water if it is too hot. Okay, so add the warm water. So anyway, the what happened was the Trump has this lady, her name was Taylor Marjorie Greene. She was a big supporter of his, and then something along the line happened that made two of them big enemies. That has led to some kind of a backlash between them two, and this makes us question. It makes me question what's the purpose of supporting someone if you're going to change your mind because that person has been found to be having a bad history, or it makes me question the legitimacy of people supporting someone. Like we have seen many times people supporting someone, right, and they go all their way to say, okay, this person is a good person, this person he's gonna be the best president, blah blah blah. And when they learn about their history, they change their mind, right? They change their mind, and I need to be sure that I resolve the yeast pretty well before I can make any ridiculous mistakes that I did make last time. So anyways, Taylor Marjorie Greene, she resigned from her position. I actually don't know what she was doing in the government. She came up so many times in the news, but I don't know what she was doing. I don't know if she's a senator, I don't know if she's a Congress, I don't know if she's Trump's spokesperson. I have no clue, I have no idea. But she's been like very surprised here in Washington DC. Everybody's like, wait a minute, you've been a big supporter of this guy. You've been calling women to support this guy. Why made you change your mind? I mean, like, it's fascinating to us here in Washington DC, and we're talking about it, especially men. Like, men were like, okay, what's up, man? Like, you like somebody, you support them, but then you change your mind. Like, like, what's going on? So, my question is, let's set up for 5 minutes. My question is, why would you support somebody, right? A man who is like 70 years old, a man that has worked in real estate, a man is known to be a Democrat for a long time, a man who has worked in the pornography industry, a man who has been in Hollywood, a man who's known to be changing his positions every time, and you are a public official, you claim to be a Christian, yet you're supporting the guy, and you don't know the history. Like, I just moved this country. Like, I didn't know Trump until I moved here, like 2016. Like, I didn't know this guy. These people are born here. Like Taylor Marjorie Greene. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. She's been here for a long time. Like way longer than most of us have been. Like she looks older. I don't know how old she is, but how do you suppose? And this makes me realize how the Democrats, the Republicans, are easier to sort of manipulate. I think yes, there is the manipulations among the Republicans, but one of the key issues that America has is using women for political gains. And this trend has been also popular like back in the day, right? Like back in 1940s, moving forward, moving backwards. Politicians were known to use they were known to use a lot of men, right? We see this in World War II, where men were the one used by Hitler to fight, right? But then the movement of making women more powerful became more popular recently, and something that we never really thought about is how more and more men, how can I say, yeah, it's how more and more men are going to be using women for their political gains. And when women find out, they get upset, like, oh, I didn't know he was this way. But why? Why would you support somebody who you don't know the history? We don't see men saying this. Like, we don't see men coming up and says, oh, Trump is he was involved in what can I say? Like, he was involved in this women misuse of women, or whatever they call it. I think they call it Jeff Epstein's files or whatever. But what do you expect, right? Like, did these people just randomly think that men in general, like, they are like innocent? I don't know. But again, I have the quotes that I want to read. This is from her own mouth. And let me see. So I'm gonna read this from this is summarized by Google AI, and I'm gonna start reading one by one, right? Marjorie, I think that's what they pronounce her name. Marjorie Taylor Greene has made several statements supporting Donald Trump, including that he will make America successful again, and expressing her unwavering support for him during his presidency. She has also criticized the Biden administration and claimed that Trump taught to her how to defend conservative values. I don't know how Trump supports conservative values. By the way, if you don't know conservative values, is that conservative believes that every society, every community must maintain its own sovereignty, and there should be no changes. They should protect what they are, like, no matter the challenges. They should maintain, their. My yeast is rising, so I hope it's rising for the better. I'm gonna give it 10 minutes. They should support the values, the culture, or the way of living, and that has, like, that is a good thing. Okay, that's like, for me, that's, I think this conservative, the Republican Party, they have good ideas. I feel like we have high expensive rent. We have more jobs, but we have high expensive rent. We have people in a poor community that's lost their jobs because factories moved. While we have built fancy stuff, like the way, like, we need them. We need their ideas. We need them to come in once in a while, not always, but once in a while. They need them to come in and remind us how crazy we are. Like, things that I'm doing right now, things that I do not align with the Republican Party. Like the way I do things, like research, developments. Like, I want countries to develop, I want things to develop, I want people to be educated. Like, I need more development. I like the AI, like those kind of things. I like to question status quo, right? The Republicans say, we should be very conservative, like very traditional. That's what they believe in. However, this does not align with Trump. This is like me coming in and say, you know what, I want to be a president of under the Republican Party, and I'm going to accept no gay rights. I'm going to accept the tariffs, but I also have my own agenda, like so kind of things. So, anyways, that's what we see, and Donald Trump with Taylor Marjorie when she says that Trump aligns her, and this I'm reading from here, that Trump taught her how to defend conservative values. I don't understand, how does Trump defend conservative values? I really don't understand. Trump is a, and I repeat this, he is a Democratic candidate. Supposed to make this, how many I'm supposed to make? I guess 2, I think so. 1 should be enough, yeah. Maybe a few of these, because I think you can adjust however you want. Then I'm gonna put some honey. So conservative values, so honey is the measure of how sweet you want it to be, and I don't want it to be too sweet, so I'm just gonna simply make 1 cup. All right, so again, this honey is really good. I wonder why those guys loved my bread, even though it wasn't great. Freaking tastes really good. So let me mix my stuff. So anyways, that's what she said, and I keep going. Okay, these are the quotes by Taylor Marjorie Taylor Greene about Donald Trump. She said, "I came to Washington D.C. to continue President Trump's America First agenda and deliver for Northwest Georgia." So she's from Georgia. I don't know. I haven't been to Georgia. I've been to Georgia. I've been to places like Atlanta, Arana, however they pronounce it. But I really don't know much about Georgia besides that. Okay, I think to make my bread look good, I need to add the extra eggs in it. I think this is too, this is not, yeah, I need to add my extra bread, extra eggs. So anyways, she just, she made that comment, and she said that she came at the river for North Georgians. Georgia, I don't know much about Georgia, but Georgia is in the south, and they are known to be very political. I think it's a swing state, I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure about that, but so you can see how my thing looks like. So this is gonna make my bread look darker, and I don't know what to do about it, because I don't know if it's because of the honey. I think it's because of the honey. The honey is very dark. I need to get a different honey that looks much more lighter. This one I'm gonna buy a very light honey, and just use, yeah. So I think this is mixed enough, right? Looks like. So as Taylor Marjorie becomes, as she resigned from her job, I'll read another comment here before I can move on. So this is her comments, right? The next one was, President Trump taught us how to defend our values. Can you believe that? Can you believe a woman saying that Trump is teaching them how to defend their values? How does Trump teach? How did they trust Trump so much? And this is because Trump, he is, and you can see his behavior clearly aligns with those guys like like those misogynistic guys on the internet, right? It aligns pretty well, like the way he treats those women, the way he talks to them, and the women love this. Like they love it. Like even Taylor Marjorie, she loves it. She doesn't want to admit it, but she loves it. She if she was younger, she would love to be used by people like Donald Trump. This is the problem with these women. When they are younger, they don't care about the consequences. But then as they get older, they realize, wait a minute, we're actually wrong. We could have done better. We didn't realize how much we are being used. All right. I absolutely support President Trump 100%, and he inspired me to run. So I don't know what she was running, but she got inspired by him. When you say words like this, right, you have to be very careful as a political figure, because words like this can and will be used against you at some point in the future, and you have to be willing to defend yourself, from all this pushback. And if you say things like this and you cannot defend yourself in the times of hardship, then you're not really capable. We see this even back in the day when Jesus was people were like, oh, we love you, Jesus, you're a good guy, accept this and this and blah blah blah. But when the government came up and says, at the time when the government came up and says, okay, Jesus, you are a good guy, you have supporters, you sacrifice yourselves, but we don't really think that it's a good idea that you came here and you destroyed our temples, you convinced our people, you manipulated our people. Technically, Jesus manipulated the people, right? If you think about it, it's no different from Donald Trump. He manipulated the people. He made the people become anti-government, right? He was disagreeing with what the government has done, right? And the government didn't like it. So they had no choice but to ask the public, what can we do with this guy? And the public was like, you know what? I guess you hang him, that's the only solution you can have. So he got hanged. Jesus was really hanged. Now we can debate whether he was sent by God, whether he was for God. That's very controversial, right? I don't think it's controversial, but anyway, but he was actually hanged for that reason, because he disagreed with so many people. But you have people who did follow him very closely, and they were shocked when he was hanged. They were like, wait a minute, you are strong, like you have power, why don't you just, So people have faults, people have bad things, people do have, people were shocked when Jesus went into the temple and destroyed everything, right? Because again, we can debate on whether Jesus was sent by God, he was the Son of God. The Muslims will disagree. I read the Bible, I think it's cool, I think it's okay, but we can all know that what he did, I need to take off my jacket, I'm getting hot. What we can agree whether what he did was a good thing or a bad thing. But what we do know is that he actually he destroyed a lot of things. Like we see Trump passing tariffs, right, destroying things, this and that. and most importantly, when he was with Jeff Epstein's friend, you know, I don't think he knew what Jeff Epstein was doing. He probably wanted, you know, Jeff Epstein was very rich, he was successful, but I don't think Trump was like personally going out there like sleeping with these women. He was just like a friend, like this is a friend, like hang out with you, right? It's like what we see today, where we see many celebrities and big celebrities. We see people being accused of raping women, beating women, right? And then, you know, and their supporters are like, oh, wait a minute, we don't like what he does, or we like what he does, like, you know, there's those things like that. So Trump at the time, he didn't have the ability to say, okay, don't do this, right? Like, he has the freedom. Like, again, Trump is a very rich guy, he's very successful, and back in the 90s, people are successful, they could whatever they want. There was actually one of the economists who asked Jeff Epstein on how to convince women. So these people were younger. Remember, these people are younger. These people are in the early 30s, right? About the same age as I am, right? Where we just hang out with people. We don't know what they do in their whole lives. And tomorrow I become a Congress, I become something else, and people will be like, oh, James Young was this guy, you know. But it tells us how humans are such short-sighted, you know, because if these people, if Republicans if they were educated enough to investigate, find out where Trump has been, who has been his friends, right? What are things he has done. If they took time to find out, this shouldn't be shocking. Like, it shouldn't be shocking. Like it's okay. Like, what he's doing is, like, he's a president, he's totally fine, but because of what he has involved in the past, it has made people like Tyler Marjorie just change her mind. Like, yeah, like, I'm done, and, like, you know, whatever. So when I was talking this with my friends, with other guys of my friends, and you know, it was extremely funny. It was ridiculous, it was hilarious to see people change their mind. Like, oh my god, I don't like him anymore because he did this and that. Anyway, I need to read the last comment because I need to make sure that I don't hit 40 minutes before I finish my comment. She criticized him, though. There's a criticism here and conflict. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14, trafficked, and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States of America, whom I fought for. So this is when after he was found to be in Jeff Epstein's file. Now, there's been a conspiracy theory before that Jeff Epstein was, in fact, he was killed simply because he was in the, what am I doing? I need to do this. So the things raising up, you can see my beautiful things raising up. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for a moment before I can even do anything. So meantime, let me put some salt in here. So you can see my what is it? How do you call it? Yeast is raising. So last time the yeast did not raise this much. I think that's because I did not I used extreme hot water. I need to charge my Apple Watch. If you send me a text message, okay, if you send me a text message and I don't respond, it's because I'm doing this, okay? And it's not like I'm busy, but I'm just doing this. I'm not really, I'm just doing one thing. Also, when she found out that he is a little bit of salt. When she found out that he was involved in the Epstein file, she changed her mind. I know that's what she said here, that he's not gonna stand up. So he called her traitor when she criticized him because she actually voted to release the files, because people were like, wait a minute, is he actually a traitor? If he is, we need to know about it. You know, we gotta find out if he was. You know, people are very interested in knowing if he was actually involved in the files. So I need to add some extra. So then they, you know, find out that they haven't found out yet, but the New York Times released some they obtained some like a letter, like a birthday party letter, which was designed in a woman's picture, and then the bottom it was Trump's signature, exactly like him. Then Trump filed a lawsuit he sued. It's called defamation lawsuit. It's like when somebody destroys your image, right? Trump has been filing those lawsuits for a long time because the media is trying to like destroy his, and he also criticized the media, which I don't know why. But so essentially said, I refuse to be battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. So you see these women, they are, and it's not just women from the Republican Party, it's also the same thing with the Democratic Party too. They just don't realize like life is what it is. Like if you wanna get into power, if you wanna get into things like politics, you're gonna have to deal with things like that for a long time. And if you are just, you know, let me get some more flour here as I wait for my yeast to rise up. If you're just gonna, you know, sit around and criticize, you know, Trump or whatever, just remember that I need to keep this chocolate. I don't want to make the mess in here. Just remember that at some point, okay, I think the yeast has risen enough. This is like double, so that has to be wonderful. So I'm just gonna throw in here the yeast, right, and then mix. I like the smell. It smells pretty good. So this video is getting very long, so I need to finish it before it gets extremely long. So as she was saying, did Trump, does people, I don't know, did she realize that, you know, these things happens? And one of the last comment, then resignation context. So this one, she resigned. She said, I have too much self-respect and dignity, love my family too much, and do not want my sweet district to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president we all fought for. Okay, so she resigned with that court, saying that she does not want her district to be hated for. She's probably getting some pressure from all women. But the question is why? Like, why would you, like, first of all, why would you support somebody who you don't know their background? Like, how can I come up here as an adult and be like, yeah, I support this person despite the fact that I don't know who they are. Like, I have no clue who they are. Like, why would you know, politicians do that? I mean, like a woman like this lady do that. It's fascinating, right? It's fascinating as I sit here and as I'm thinking, you know, why does this happen? Why would it happen? Is there a solution to it? Is there ways of fixing this problem? You know, like And I think many people in the United States who support Donald Trump, they really don't know, like they don't care about knowing him. Okay, and so we had Elon Musk first, who it became his friends. Like so, I think 40 minutes is not. I think I want to check the timer. So I have 7 minutes remaining on my timer. But unfortunately, I think my bread is ready. So I'm gonna turn this off. I think my bread is ready. Yeah, I think it's ready. I think that's good. I don't want too much. So this is the one I just baked. I think it looks good. Let me see. Oh, I don't think it's ready. My bad. I gotta put it back in. Yeah, I think 7 minutes was fair. 7 minutes was fair. I should have kept it for 7 minutes. I don't know why I took it out pretty quickly. It's not ready yet. Yeah, so go back to 350. It wasn't ready. How stupid I was. So let me mix my thing fast quickly so that way. Oh no, hope it doesn't get stuck. Okay, so I need to mix this. So anyways, what do you people think? What people think? How does this happen? How do you fix the problem? How do you make sure that people know somebody before? Like, why would somebody become a president? Not once, but twice. You know? And also, like 14 years old, that was crazy. I actually didn't know it was 14 years old. I didn't know Trump was actually sleeping with 14 years. Not like him sleeping, but like Jeff Epstein was sleeping with 14 years old. Like I don't understand like why would you sleep with a 14-year-old? Like why, what kind of evil will make somebody sleep with a 14-year-old? Like why? I don't know how old he was, but I haven't looked into it either. Like I don't have time for this. I really don't care. Okay, and I hope that those women right now, they are adults and older, you know. I just don't know, like, why would a man, an old man, very successful, with more money, choose to sleep with a 14-year-old? 14, bro. 14. Like, does the United, like, did the United States didn't have women at the time? Like, you know, this is not like very beautiful women. I've seen some of the pictures of women came out to give testimony. And by the way, there's a reason why people love Miami. There's a reason why all this happened in very conservative states like Florida, because I think he was taking all these women in Florida. Florida is a terrible state, like really bad state. The state is ridiculously terrible, like really bad. So, but all this happened in Florida, maybe New York City, I'm not too sure. But speaking of Donald Trump's relationship with other people, we see Elon Musk jumping out, right? He came in, he was a good friend, big supporter. After spending his first some few years, he's like, I'm done. But why? This gives us some ideas about Donald Trump. Maybe Donald Trump is a guy who doesn't have any issues with anybody. Like, if you're his friends, you're his friends. If you're not, like cool. Like, he doesn't really, I think he doesn't really care. You know, like, you are his friends, it's okay. If you are not, like, he doesn't really like give a damn at all. And I think that's what we see here. That's what we are witnessing, is the fact that he does not give a single damn about other people or other people's feelings or other people's, so this is probably why he was a friend with Jeff Epstein, because probably he knew what he was doing, but he didn't care, right? We see him now being friends with Mandani. How that relationship lasts, like, we don't know, right? We don't know how long will Mandani and Trump's relationship actually last. But personally, no idea. Okay. But Mandani said he has no issues with Donald Trump when they were having a press conference. He said we have some disagreements, but also we have so many things in common. Anybody who gets close to Donald Trump says the same thing. Is Trump like really good negotiator? He wrote a book about it. He said he's a good negotiator. He's probably one of the guys whom you can be in the same room and he's gonna convince you, tell you that he's a good guy and you're going to believe him. You cannot disagree otherwise. I mean, you could, but then if you disagree with him, he knows what to do. Destroy your image in public, call you a traitor. Then you're gonna be like, wait a minute, we said this in the room, two of us, but you changed your mind. What happened? This is what we see here, is that this lady supported him so much, and then when she probably supported him in the room, she probably said in the room, okay, Trump, I'm a big supporter, I love what you do, cool. But when she found out that he had this history of engaging with other people, when she changed her mind, that's when we see Trump. Can I put my comment maybe here? That's when we see Donald Trump, calling her traitor. A traitor is somebody who pretend like they love you, pretend like they are your supporter, pretend like they are your friend, and a few years later they change their mind. They be like, nah, that's not what I meant, bro. Change my mind, right? Those people are not loyal supporter. They just lie to you. So we don't know if it's Trump lying these people or yes, this has to be ready, so it has to be fast. Take it out. Oh my god, I'm having to stop this. So I need to turn off the oven. I'm just gonna open the oven like that. Actually, I'm gonna close it. So that way it slowly warms up. So I cannot touch it because I am my hands are tight. This is why you need somebody to support to be close by. Okay. This is the best I've ever made, actually. Do you see how I'm pumping it? Because it's soft. That it's not as hard as it was last time. Wait, what time is it? Holy shit. Oh yeah, I have time. I thought it was getting too dark. But it's... No, I thought it was gonna get... Because I have to be awake at 3 a.m. 2 o'clock, so... I think it's fine. Why is it sticking to my hands? I don't want it to stick to my hands. Jeez. So anyway, this video is getting so long, 50 minutes already, but also you get to see me making bread, okay, at the same time commenting about politics of the Washington DC. So besides Trump and Mandani, I just want to say that the noise now is cooling down. In economics, we call this noisy, white noise. It's very noisy. It's very... Why is it sticking to my hands? Why? Because if it keeps sticking to my hands, I'm gonna have to add extra thing on it, because I don't want it to be, it's not sticking on the ground, it's just sticking on my hands for some reason. I don't know why, because I want it to be soft. So anyways, if you're watching this video, just know that you won't be uploaded until tomorrow. Also, if you watch this video, just know that I'm not a baker. I do bake because I really got into bread recently, and because of eating bread, I've been able to gain weight and strength. I went from 127 pounds to 140, almost 29 pounds. And you cannot get out of eating bread. You can add cheese on it, you can add whipped cream, you can eat bread with breakfast, lunch, anytime. So it's such a wonderful meal to eat. Alright, my battery died while I was baking, while I was pounding, but as you can see here, it's actually done. I did not fall into a trap of softness, because normally whenever it was soft and stick to my hands, I have always added more and more flour, and the more flour I add, the more harder it gets. This would not help me when I'm trying to roll them, right? So anyway, the battery died while I was talking, and I'm done with Trump and his friend, Taylor Marjorie drama. So I'm just gonna add a few of the flour on the top, just to make it more better. Not like better, but make sure that it looks like it. I don't need this right now, so I'm gonna make this way. Okay, and then the bread that I was baking earlier, I think it's ready. So looks beautiful. Look at that. Oh my god, it's too hot. Yeah, I don't know if it's ready or if I just did not cook it as it's supposed to be. I think it's ready. I'll have time to I think I should have added extra heat to it, but I'm gonna need this oven. I'm gonna need it right now. So as for now, I'm just gonna add all of this into this basket in here. So just gonna open up this way, add extra layers of stuff, and then throw all of this in there. And then cross it. If it's ready or not, I really don't care, because I'm gonna need, actually I need one towel. I'm gonna do this, so cover, put the cover on it like this, and then I'm gonna cover this as well. I need the extra one of this and put the cover on top, right, like this, so that way actually it's all the way around. So cover it this way. This needs to go back in here. I'm not gonna cross it. And then because it's warmer, yes, very warm, so I'm gonna put this inside here. Right, yeah, it's not gonna burn the towel because it's already warmer, and I'm gonna put this in here, my dove, and close it. And I'm gonna check on it tomorrow to see if it has risen. And I think because I used the really perfect, I used a good temperature, smells like the alcohol from Uganda, one of those local beer. Yeast smells really good. So I'm gonna wait but before I go to Virginia, because I have to go to Virginia today, there should be it should be start to rise. It should be able to rise in 30 minutes. So I'm gonna keep in there the whole night. Tomorrow's when I'm baking. But for now, just gonna have to close this, clean up, and then I hope this video was very helpful. I hope it wasn't boring, me cooking challah bread. And I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna have to eat. I'm gonna grab one of these. They are still hot, so they haven't been able to cool down, but I don't think this is really cooked as it's supposed to be. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't have judgment, so I don't know how cooked it is, but it looks great. To me, it looks fine, you know, but it's very, very hot, so I think it's okay, you know. It's not overcooked. It's not so I think it's great. So I'm gonna get some cheese here, you know, and I guess enjoy this with the cheese. Okay. This video is over. It's almost an hour long making bread. You see how I finished the whole area with no mess. I wish people would cook and don't make a mess. Like very simple, no mess. I didn't make any mess here, you know. I'm just cooking this. This is what I used, the tools I used. So pretty simple. I know use the kitchen, so don't make a mess. So I just cook everything just ready up. Also, I noticed that when you bake, I think the heat kills the bugs. There are some bugs in here now. They are all disappeared. They're all gone. So baking is a good idea. Just do baking it once in a while. But once I get a hang of it, like today was positive. The yeast was able to rise. So I did a good. Last time the yeast did not rise past this area here, over here. So today was all the way up here. So it's a positive thing. The bed was very soft, so that's good. And I'm still uploading that another video from yesterday when I was driving to Virginia. So that video is still uploading. That means as it uploads, if I have some time, you know, before 3 p.m. I don't know, it's almost 3 p.m. I'm gonna check on it to see if it's going to rise. If it rises, I'm gonna have to come back and showcase how much it has risen. If it's a positive thing, should be able to rise in 5 minutes if the yeast is working. That's how it should be. Technically, it should be able to rise in 5 minutes. So I should see some changes. If I see some changes, I'm going positive, and I'm gonna make it rise like really high, because I love like fluffy bread, like really fluffy. So other than that, if I don't come to this video, that's fine. But I'm gonna make sure I come back to say goodbye. Bye.